Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Josh Groban and Danae Benton are making their Broadway debuts in the spectacular musical NATASHA, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812. And we're here on opening night at the Plaza to celebrate with the company. First of all, welcome to Broadway, my friend. I've been waiting to say this. How do you feel?
Man, I honestly, I feel all the cliche wonderful things. Like it's been a lifelong dream, but not only that, to fulfill that dream with a cast and group, to be a cog in this beautiful wheel of this show is the most gratifying, rewarding artistic experience I've ever had, and I've made some amazing friends. So we're all just so thrilled. 28 Broadway debuts, so we're celebrating together.
Isn't that great? And your director, there's so many people just besides the cast making their Broadway debut.
The creator, Dave Malloy, our director, Rachel Chavkin. I mean, it is a team like no other I've ever worked with, and it is a brave team. They've dared to do something different out there and to inspire in new ways. And every day I walk through the stage door, whatever is going on outside, I feel newly inspired every night, and that's what I was hoping, and that's why I waited so long to find the right piece, and this was the right piece. Yeah.
First of all, welcome to Broadway. How does it feel?
It feels like home. I love it. I've been dreaming about this for so long, and it's such a special group to get to do it with.
So what was today like for you? I mean, Broadway debuts are really special. The whole day is. So, I mean, what was your day like?
It was hilarious. So I got to the theater like 4 hours early, thinking that I was slick to drop off my opening night presents, and everyone, like 15 people were there, like writing cards furiously and like dropping things off. Not glamorous at all, like sweatpants, just like I was up at 3 making these necklaces. So that's what it was like. Yeah, but it was special. I have so much family here this weekend, and the support has been amazing.
Opening on Broadway in this show, what's it been like living in the world of the Great Comet?
Honestly, right now, with the state of the world and our nation, it is so special to get to walk into a show that understands the essence of humanity in a beautiful way, and the cast is so diverse, and Dave and Rachel are geniuses, and so it's special. It was like good for my soul.
Well, here we are, Broadway debut,
Yes.
It's opening night. How do you feel?
I feel all the feelings. I keep equating it to a wedding day. Although I'm not married, I feel very excited, anxious. I can't tell the difference. I feel like I'm going to puke.
Oh,
It's great.
it's all good stuff.
It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff, yeah.
You are so wonderful in this show.
Thank you.
What's it like playing her? Talk about the woman you play.
I mean, I love her very much. I've been playing her on and off for 4 years, and a lot of elements came together to help me play this role. Rachel Chavkin, who I've worked with a number of times, has really helped me figure her out. Paloma Young, all I gotta do is put that costume on and look in the mirror. Like back at Ars Nova, when I suddenly put that costume on, I understood what she was, seeing that dress, and it informed my movement and all of that. So it's been a real treat to have people help me figure out who she is, and now I just love her. And I'm gonna do it with this one here with Lucas, and it's just like, it's so much fun.
It's opening night. How do you feel?
I feel, a little overwhelmed for sure. Thrilled, honored. If I could ever choose in my heart of hearts a way to kind of return to Broadway, this unknowingly was it. And who would have known, doing this show for a room of 85 people at Ars Nova 4 years ago, that this would sort of be the culmination of events? But it's everything that I sort of believe in and that I hope commercial theater can be. It's accessible, but it's still artistic, and I'm honored.
What an incredible role. What's it like playing him?
Yeah, I have to say it's pretty awesome to play him. I can do all of this almost foul stuff that I could never get away with in my real life.
Yeah.
He has the luxury of, he's a bit of an underdog. You don't expect him to sort of come in and do this. And I have the best entrance I will ever have. I'm in theater. I'm certainly confident of that.
It's your Broadway debut. It's opening night. How do you feel?
I feel a little crazy. I'm very overwhelmed.
Is it all surreal, like just living in this world of the Great Comet and now to make your debut at the Imperial?
It is. It's very surreal. It's very crazy. I never really thought I would be an actor, so this is very surreal. Like, it's not just like, oh, I worked on this show for 5 years, but Dave had to twist my arm to do the show in the first place, so here I am.
What did you want to do before being an actress?
I write music. I had a band, and
And now you're starring on Broadway.
Yeah, and that's crazy. That's weird, right? You know?
No, it's great. I love it. What a way to make your debut. What have you enjoyed the most?
What did I enjoy the most?
What have you enjoyed the most about this whole process?
You know, this sounds cheesy, but I love the people. I love that everyone comes from their like own background of art and theater and music, and I really appreciate that. And everyone is like a genuinely good person.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot about showbiz or showbiz people, but it doesn't have the best reputation. So it's
But
been
this group does, right?
yeah, it's been so refreshing. Like everyone is so down to earth and has their own life, and I love that.
Welcome to Broadway. It is opening night. How do you feel?
Insane, just totally insane. It's so funny. We've been doing this show for a while now, and it still just feels like our show, but there's a lot more people there. It's crazy. There's this moment in the book where Pierre is at the Battle of Borodino, and he's like, this can't be a place where something big and important happens because I'm here, you know? And I think we all feel kind of feel that way. Like, this can't really be Broadway because we're still just doing our show that we love. But it's pretty cool.
How much fun is it living in the world of the Great Comet?
It's so fun. It's so fun to do, and it's also so fun to get to share this story that we really care about so much. And so many people are eager to listen, which is amazing. And man, running around and dancing and playing guitar and singing and all that stuff, I highly recommend it. It's a great time. It's so fun.
Opening night, Broadway. How does it feel tonight?
It's unbelievable. I can't describe it. It's like some of my best friends and people I've known in the business for forever, and I've been a part of this show for about 4 years, and just to see this is like, it's unbelievable. So.
I fell in love with it at Ars Nova, then the tent downtown, the tent right next door to the Imperial, and now here. Did you ever think you'd be standing here at the Plaza?
No, and I just keep picturing Home Alone and Kevin, you know? That's like my favorite scene. So no, but it's a really special feling, and I love it. Yeah.
What's it been like working on this show for you? What's been the best part of it?
It's been like therapy, and it's like the director gives you complete trust, and Rachel, and then Dave, and there's a lot of like changing of the script, and everything that happens is it's very it's like a big family, and we just keep growing, and you can tell people things without hurting feelings, and it's very special. Yeah.
Another Broadway debut. How do you feel?
I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe that I'm sitting here talking to you in the Plaza Hotel after telling this story that's centuries old and yet still so relevant today. It's beautiful.
What a way to make your debut. These rich roles and the way you get to perform in these clothes and wigs and tell this incredible story.
Absolutely, absolutely. This show literally changed my life. I wasn't in it at Ars Nova, but I saw it 4 years ago. I saw it on their closing night, and it shook me. I was laughing and crying and drinking and just having this communal experience with people, and to be immersed in it, to have been working on it for the past 3 years, to really get to know what this story is about for other people, for myself. It's a really special, singular show. And I'm so lucky to be a part of it. And thank you for showing up and for digging it.
It is opening night, Broadway. How does it feel?
Feels incredible. Yeah, it's very surreal and amazing, and like all my closest friends are here, and yeah, it's an ecstatic night.
What a journey you've been on with this. I was telling you, I've seen every incarnation in New York you have done with this. I mean, did you ever think you'd be standing here tonight at the Plaza?
Not really. I mean, definitely when I was writing the show, I was like, I'm going to write like a proper Broadway musical, but like to think that in your mind and then to have it actually happen is such a divide between that. So I just feel so blessed by like our director and our designers and our producers who like believe in the show, and yeah, took the show from 80 seats to 200 seats to 500 seats to now we're at 1,200 seats, and yeah, it's been a crazy ride.
Just take me back to the beginning. How did you come about to write it?
You know, it's just when I read the novel for the first time, when I read War and Peace for the first time, this section immediately sang out to me, and I was like, oh my God, like this is a perfect musical. I can't believe no one's written this musical yet. Yeah, and I kind of like filed that idea back, you know, in the back of my head, and then a few years later, Ars Nova was like, we want to commission you to write a piece. Do you have any ideas? And I said, wow, here's this one idea.
It is your Broadway debut. I am so happy to say that to you. How do you feel tonight?
I feel glowing and full of feelings from the past week for our country, and so moved by what my actors did on stage tonight and the crew who made all of it possible off stage.
What an incredible journey you have taken with this show.
I know. I mean, from 87 seats to 199 seats to I think just over 500 to just nearly 1,200 is remarkable.
What's been the best part of it for you as a director, watching it change and grow?
I think the best part for me as a director has been because at 87 seats you had all the intimacy but not necessarily much of the clarity of storytelling. And what moving bigger and bigger has meant is that I get to make pictures for the first time, like pictures in a real way. And so feeling like, oh, there's a story here, and it is a shattering story that shattered me tonight is quite wonderful.
The attention to detail that Rachel challenged all of us as actors to dive into and to dare to take it to a deeper place when we went out there, and not just to sing and perform and be dramatic, but to really understand the deep levels of these characters. It was a masterclass for me, coming from the music world, and to be surrounded by such extraordinary actors was very humbling, and I learned a lot. Yeah.
You know, I just love the world that's created. The Imperial's been turned upside down. It takes us back to 1812. I mean, there's people all around you.
And boy, oh boy, do we need escapism more than ever right now. And it's, you know, and I kind of liken it to how I feel when I see a baseball stadium. And when I walk in and I see that field, I'm such a baseball fan, and as soon as I see the field, I'm in baseball land. And I think that great theater can do that. The moment you walk in, it sets the tone for what we're all about to do. And what Mimi Lien has done with this set and with this theater, there is no set basically. You're sitting down and you're going to be in the show, is transformative.
You know, there are many people seeing their first Broadway show because you're in it, and it's going to change their life, because we always remember that first time we saw that first Broadway show that changed it. What was it for you? What was that first show?
Oh man, it was the 1980s production of Cats that toured to Los Angeles, and I was 9 years old, and they're going through the tunnels, and you know, for a kid to hear that music, and for me that I had an ear already, and that's one of Weber's really kind of strange and cool scores. You know, it blew my mind. And then the one after that was Sunday in the Park with George, with Mandy Patinkin and Bernadette Peters, and that's when I became a Sondheim nut, and that's when I really realized the depths with which storytelling could reach musical theater.
So finally, when you took your bow tonight on Broadway, do you remember what you were thinking?
I was just thinking, first of all, so many penguin suits. I'm thinking, man, because that was the first time we could really see everybody was in that moment, and I'm thinking, everybody really dressed up tonight. And so, no, it's honestly, it's like your whole life flashes before your eyes, and you think back to that 9-year-old self saying to yourself, I want to be up there making people feel the way I feel right now one day. And I'm so grateful to this wonderful team for giving me that chance to do that.